this press briefing where we address the nation through you various media outlets on the matters affecting the electoral process. Let me, from the outset, on behalf of the United Party for National Development, thank the MMD President, Dr. Nevas Momba, Socialist President, Dr. Fred Membe, NAREX President, Stephen Yorenda, Patriots from Economic Progress, PEP, President Sean Tembo, who have been magnanimous enough to concede defeat, and congratulate President Hakainde Hichilema for winning this election. It has been more than 48 hours since the election came to a close. We have given the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECD, and the PF enough time to do what is right for the sake of peace in this country. It is at this point that we wish to humbly appeal to the SADC, AU, and the entire international community to stand with the Zambian people and defend the tenets of democracy before the situation degenerates. I wish to clearly indicate that I'm under immense pressure from the electorates across the country to state the way forward under the circumstances. The youth across the country and the general public are tested up by these unnecessary delays, and soon I will have got no control over them. I would like to draw the nation to the fact that our successful MPs, candidates who have gone over the 100 threshold, and that evidently our presidential candidate, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has performed better than his parliamentary candidate. It is a clear indication that President Hakainde Hichilema has won handsomely.
100%.
We have observed closely the tactics by the ECZ to continue frustrating the electoral process by employing delaying tactics such as attempting not to collect and deliver ballot boxes to totaling centers countrywide as required by law. We wish to remind the ECZ that their activities are creating anxiety among the electorate and does not augur well with the process of peaceful elections and good management. Instead of ECZ owning up to their responsibilities and announcing the figures counted at polling stations, they are playing politics by insisting on progression reports, which undertaking does not in any way alter the situation on the ground. The ECZ itself, the security wings, the international observers, such as the European Union Elections Observation Mission to Zambia, AU, SADC, Commonwealth, including State House, have the same results as ours, yet the ECZ are deliberately delaying to release the results to the public.
Shame.
The will of the Zambian people to vote was a secret only up to 18 hours. But even then, the exit poll after voting gave us direction on who the Zambian people voted for. Having said this, on behalf of the Upnd Alliance, I urge the ECZ and the PF, and more so the outgoing president of Zambia, Edgar Chagwalungu, to act responsibly. to act responsibly for safeguarding the peace that Zambia has been known for, to act responsibly for future generations. Mr. Lungu must leave a legacy of being magnanimous and accepting the will of the Zambian people, as the legendary President Kenneth Kaunda and the President Upnd upheld the dictates of our Zambian constitution.
Zambia forward.
In the light of the above, we appeal to the international community to intervene before the situation escalates, because as leaders, we are under immense pressure from the electors to make a decision through a democratic process. In our campaigns, we promise Zambians that we should unite the people of Zambia so that they will live in peace, tranquility, and we shall continue on that trajectory.
Amen.
To that message, the Zambian people responded favorably, much that today the Upnd Alliance has MPs in the Eastern Province, Northern Province, Central Province, Power Belt Province, Northwestern Province, Western Province, Southern Province, and Luapula and the Muchinga provinces are showing indications that the Upnd Alliance are likely to pick some seats there. As for the presidency, our candidate did wonderfully good. The above results all over Zambia demonstrates the national character of the Upnd Alliance. The clear confidence of the Zambian people have shown in the HH and the Upnd Alliance. We maintain that we shall not fail them. As the chief executive of the Upnd, I wish to proudly tell the members of the members and the nation at large that we have delivered our victory, and it will soon be. We will not allow anyone to steal it. Thank you very much for giving you opportunity now to ask questions where you are not clear.
Just to clarify, SG, you saying that the UPND has won the presidential election and you want the ECZ to announce the results?
Yes, the ECZ had a mandate to announce the results. Like I'm indicating in here, we have the clear indication of what we have done. We have beaten them hands down. They have the figures, we have the figures. Much as even the security wings are privy to that information. So there's no need for them to delay. They are deliberately creating anxieties in the minds of the Zambian people. It's not necessary.
Okay. Yes, madam.
What is your success revolving your presidential candidacy?
Thank you very much. You may have noticed that from the beginning of my speech to the end, I did not say anything or mention anything relating to what Mwila said yesterday. My advice to you is that you rubbish and trash those utterances with the contempt they deserve. He was merely waffling. because any attempt by anyone, including Mila himself, to breach the provisions of the Zambian constitution calls for police action. The people that gives power are the Zambian people, and they have done it. Anyone who takes away the powers of the Zambian people from bestowing leadership on any political party is breaching the Zambian constitution. That is a crime. That's treason, taking away power by force. So let him be careful. I did not mention it myself deliberately because this is the responsibility of the police. This is the responsibility of the army. For anyone to say what the Zambian people have done is illegal, then he will face the wrath of the law. I also want to mention that we are coming to observe the rule of law as a party and as government in waiting. For the first time in many years, we will ensure that the government institutions like the police and Corruption Commission and any other will be given the mandate to act professionally. We'll try our level best to avoid vindicting anyone in the absence of law. We are also aware that there are some 2 PF lawyers who are running up and down trying to put an injunction to the incident not to continue counting, citing the violence that happened in Solwezi, citing the violence that happened in Nazongwe. To that we say they have the democratic right to do so, but it's just a wasting time because we have won, and all they are doing is just to delay the process, delaying the wishes of the Zambian people. We know that if they take it to the courts of law, they will tell them to follow the process. But we hear they are rushing to incident to appeal, to petition the incident to delay. So we are watching their action. So it will not work. It will not work. The Zambian people have spoken. Please, again and again, we are saying, let the incident own up. Let the incident do what is best for the people of Zambia. Let the incident come out there in the cocoon. Follow what the Zambian Constitution says. Otherwise, we will not accept, the Zambian people will not accept for anyone to steal the victory of the party that has worked hard for. Your second question is talking about what is success. When the PF were busy blocking Hakainde from flying, when they were busy blocking Hakainde from going around the country to campaign, they thought they have found a solution. They did not know that our program was a 5-year program. We sat down and came out as a party to come out with what we called Polling Station Management Committee. We're organizing our party at a polling station level, polling station by polling station, under Police Station Management Committee. So while they were busy making whatever they were making, we were already set. We have learned from 2015 and 2016 when we were attracting huge rallies, and the results were not conclusive. So we said we wanted to win big. We wanted our presidential candidate to win big. And how are we going to do it? We went to the people at each and every police station to organize our party. Our strategy was clear and straightforward. We went to the people, organized our people, formed the structures at each and every polling station. While they were busy going out, traversing this country in choppers, we were there on the ground. That's why today we have beaten them hands down. We said we want to win and win big, and we have won big. Yeah.
Thank you very much, SG. Yes, any further? Please, when you ask your question, tell us which media organization you come from and your name. That way we also keep record of who you are. Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning. My name is Matthew. I'm coming from the Hot Media House. And of course, mine is just to find out the situation of the Upnd Alliance. If it so happens that the result from the commission, what will happen from the PVT, what will happen? Probably if they announce the result, we should think expecting these constituencies.
How do you explain a situation where, as the results were coming, Hakainde was beating his members of parliament? And we have other indicated earlier that we have over 100 members of parliament, while the PF is at 25. Just the logic, just that logic to any of you members of the media. We have over 100 members of parliament against 25 for PF. Can that give you a picture of what is happening? No. So how do you explain such a situation where a party is failing to reach even the 30, and such a party comes up and say we have won? You have seen some of the results. We have been there. Our members have been there. We have polling agents at each and every polling station. They were giving us indications of how we have been doing. I would give you an indication of Chirabombwe. Chirabombwe is the new, what is this nice? Dundumwezi. The new Dundumwezi is now Chirabombwe, where ECL was hammered hands down. That is to show you that there is no other way. They have lost. The best and the humble way is to concede.
So at this point in time, before I close, I want to invite an alliance partner, SG, from the MDC, Mr. Lucky Mulisa, also, to say one or two things, then we can.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. Dear colleagues from the press, you need to ignore the rantings from Dennis Miller. Those are remnants of a delayed curing of a hangover of arrogance of incumbents. Hangover takes up to 16 hours to cure. It has taken 48 hours for him to cure. He is just a clever illiterate who cannot even interpret permutations from statistics that he never did. If you look just from the 15 first constituencies that were announced, about 5 to 7 were from our strongholds, 8 were from their strongholds. But we're already leading by 60,000. The differences between the results from our strongholds were 1 to 10. The differences in their strongholds were like 49 to 50. You are supposed to have those permutations in your head and then do an extrapolation and come to a conclusion that we have lost. Now, President Lungu's delayed conceding of defeat is as a result of trying to find a way to save face. We can help him, he can consult us. We can help him, we can actually write a speech for him. So ignore Davis Mwela. You realize that everything that the PF tried to do in this campaign backfired against them. They tried to show the military muscle in order to scare the people. The commander-in-chief fainted, ended up collapsing. Now, how do even the troops have confidence in the commander-in-chief who's not fit? You understand? They tried to cancel the voter register. When they cancelled the voter register, our youths went en masse to register. Our youths were going to vote in their gowns. The youths were actually sending a message. I'm a graduate. I don't have a job. So, I mean, if you look at the definition of democracy, it has to be a social contract between the electorate and yourselves. So they give you the mandate to rule, meaning that against that mandate, there is willingness. Now, how can you govern the unwilling? Because those people have gone elsewhere, and you want to force yourself. How can you govern the unwilling? But I'm happy to see that there is development towards conceding defeat. It will just be a matter of hours. I'm sure President Lungu has finished writing his speech of conceding. He is likely to concede soon. As for Davis Mwela, please ignore him. He's got no place in Zambia's governance anymore. And the PF have scampered. They're no longer a united unit. You should see the insults that he's already receiving from his own members who are even challenging him to say, expel me if you want. Why? It is those who had some degree of decency to belong to the right governance team. And the Upnd Alliance is that governance team. We need to put all this behind us and start working. A lot has been delayed. Plans that were put in place, crafted, have never been crafted. I'll give you an example. The Zambian people told the PF when crafting the latest constitution that please give us the office of the public protector, which has the powers to investigate everybody in office, including the president. They delayed for 5 years. They did not actualize the operationalization of that office by creating a committee at Parliament so that the public protector could report into that. For 5 years, they never did it. So the question is, the PF wants to still hold back power. To do what? To govern who? So this is gone. The PF must now just prepare to pack their bags and see the next home in which they can live. They are gone and they are gone forever.
Thank you very much. We've come to the end of our briefing. Unless there are further questions, I would like to close. Because I know also you have got your own newsroom deadlines. Yes?
So, just a quick one. My name is Brian from ZNBC.
Welcome to ZNBC.
Thanks. SG, I just want to find out, the ECZ had given the country 72 hours within which they announced results. I think this is the second day, almost 48 hours to post-election. Is there a specific period that you've given the ECZ that should they not announce results within this period, then maybe this is the action we'll take.
Good.
And what sort of action would that be?
Well, if you look at the presidency of elections from 1964, what is happening right now is something that we have never seen. It is something that we are failing to understand up to now. The indications that they are doing is that there is an underhand methods that are being applied to defeat the will of the Zambian people. These are unnecessary actions. As regards the timing is such that they cannot hold it forever. They will not hold it forever. As to the question of what we are going to do, I am not going to tell you. I am not going to tell you. I'm leaving it to the Zambian people. It is not me. This is not my job. It's not me who gave Hakainde that massive victory. It's the Zambian people. Like I indicated earlier, we as a party, this is the chairman of the party, we are under pressure from them, not from me. It's that question should have gone to the Zambian people themselves, because they are the ones that are feeling hurt. They are the ones that are feeling challenged for having given the mandate to the UPND with their president Hakainde Chilema to rule, but instead a clique of individuals are delaying that process. They are deliberately challenging the Zambian people, not me, not UPND, but the people's will. Whatever is going to happen, they will answer for themselves for having delayed the process, which is constitutional. It is not my wish. It's not obtaining in the UPND manifesto or in the UPND constitution, but in the Republican constitution. The Republican constitution is clear on what should be done at what point. So as they continue to do what they are doing, first of all, they're contravening the constitution themselves. Secondly, they are challenging the patience of the Zambian people, not me.
In addition, SG, you know what is going to happen? There will be an embarrassment for ECZ, because the person and the political party that they are trying to protect, the person they are trying to protect, former President Edgar Lungu, will concede defeat within hours while they are still trying to save him. So it will be an embarrassing situation to an extent where they will announce results rapidly to try and conform to the status quo. It will be an embarrassment that will leave them with an egg on the face. The Zambian arrangement of elections has got roadblocks, you know, that stops you from manipulation, because the results are announced at the polling station and everybody gets those results, including observer missions. So how do you then, at the center like Mulungushi, you start announcing results that are different from what everybody has? So this is professional misconduct, and I can assure you that we will address all these misnomers and make sure that Zambians are not subjected to this kind, sorry to use this word, this kind of nonsense again in future.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our press briefing.